Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special hangout that we're having today. I have Dr. Pillai here, along with some special ladies who are in India who are hosting an India trip that is all about karma busting. India has been an extraordinary place to transform yourself on many levels for centuries now. Dr. Pillai, can you please tell us a little bit about your passion for attending temples and how that can really change people's lives?
It's very interesting that I happen to do this video for you because today is my birth day,
Oh,
and I was born for a purpose. And the purpose is to remove the karma of people. That's the reason why I was born in Rameshwaram. And Rameshwaram is an island in India, in southern India, where the temple vortex has some 22 or 24 wells. And these wells carry water which will wash away the sins of people or the karma of people. And those people who go and have the experience with the water in those wells uh, have given testimonies at how they get better even while they are bathing in those wells. The waters in the wells are so powerful. In short, the temples here in southern India, particularly Tamil Nadu state, are vortices of divine power to remove the sins or karma of people. This morning, while I was talking to the Hastaway employees, I just told them that you are not working here just for money alone, and here you also get the education about karma removal. You can instantaneously change your financial karma, your health karma, your relationship karma. And all these are related to the planets. And each planet has its own deity or overlord. And these planets and the deities share temple vortices. And just to go to these vortices and then be in the presence of that energy itself will remove the karma. Even without your prayer, you don't even have to have prayer. And the energy goes into your body, into your DNA, which carries your bad money karma, bad relationship karma, bad health karma. They are all stored in your DNA. And washing with the waters in those places, each temple has a well. And those wells carry the energy to wash away the sins or karma that you have created and for which you are born this lifetime to experience that suffering. So it's very interesting that I happen to talk about it on this day. It is not an accident, and I'm very happy to do this because if there is one thing that is the most important thing to uh, take care of somebody's suffering, to find a remedy for somebody's suffering, is to go to these temple vortices. And there are so many vortices here, innumerable. When I am in India now, and tomorrow I am leaving to visit some vortices, which are full of power and have the ability to remove stumbling blocks that are responsible for creating problems in different areas of your life. And these temples are like technology oriented vortices, high-tech vortices, where you can see the removal of your karma, if you are alert. Even if you do not feel that while you are in the temple, which can also happen, but in most cases they feel they have to. It is a very important thing that everyone should know. No amount of attending seminars, reading books will substitute the temple visits. That's why the temples uh, where these energies are available are places chosen by siddhas and yogis, and then they gave all their power to that particular vortex, and the energy stays there in those vortices, and that's how it works. So I strongly recommend that you take advantage of this program of visiting temples. Most of them are in this Kumbakonam area where the world was first created. In fact, I have a place there. I want to go and stay there as often as possible, but unfortunately, within a year, it's a very beautiful, beautiful place. Although I got it for the purpose of going there and spending more time, because of my busy schedule, I'm unable to do that. But at least I'm going away tomorrow for 3 days. So you can do this program either 4 days, 5 days, a week, however long you want to do. So I have told these people to organize these trips, a short trip or a medium long trip or a real long trip, however you want to spend your time in India. So there are vortices for money, vortices for health, vortices for relationship, and vortices for enlightenment. So all of them are in this area. So I strongly encourage, and I'm delighted that this program has become available. So if you have any questions, you can call, answer it, or send the email, and then we can get any questions clarified or answered. God bless.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pillai, for joining and helping us understand better the power of temple trips. So now we will talk specifically about the actual trip that is going to happen. And Dr. Pillai, you're welcome to step away, as I know you have many things to do. So now I'd like to introduce Lalita. Lalita, you have been working on this trip for months now to prepare everyone for this monumental journey of removing their karma. And we have had blessings and input from Dr. Pillai on specifically what this trip should be and where the lucky attendees will be going. Can you give us a little more information about this trip?
Yes, I'd be happy to. Hello, everyone. I thank Dr. Pillai because today he had this divine inspiration and he changed the trip that we have put together. It initially was going to be 11 days, 10 nights, and he was concerned that not many people would be able to take that much time out of their busy lives. So he asked us to prepare a trip that was 5 days. So the same date, starting date of August 10th, and people would come here on Thursday and be able to leave Monday morning. So it's like an extended long weekend. And the itinerary won't be exactly what it is that you can see on the website as of today, but we'll get to work on it tomorrow. The team will work on it. We'll pack as much as we can into those days, and all 9 planet temples, and as many other powerful vortexes for karma removal that we can possibly get into those days. But it was such a blessing to have Dr. Pillai's input on this. It's amazing, because it just came to him in a divine way. It's very good. So it will definitely be the 9 planets. I could go on and on about those temples. If you have any questions about the trip at all, Baba mentioned that you could phone into Astraved, but if you email Brindavan Mystic, it's support@brindavanmystic.com, and Brindavan is BRINDAVAN. Mystic is MYSTIC.com, and our team will answer any question that you have.
Thank you, Lalita. So I understand things are changing around a bit, but you'll definitely still be going to all 9 planet temples. Is that correct?
Oh yes, all 9. And plus, we're even, because they're close, we'll be able to do 2 extra Saturn temples. So that's a big bonus. And for those of you who, well, for everyone really, because when you consider Sadhisate, and if your Dasa Bhukti is Saturn, or your 8th house Saturn, there's so many ways Saturn affects us all, and 3 temples for Saturn, amazing. So
yes.
You'll be able to get a revised itinerary tomorrow. We'll announce it, and you'll see. But the all 9 planets, that's a given. We'll get all those in.
Great. And Saturn affects everyone in some way or another, and he's the planet for karma, and he's the planet for kind of getting things done in a very slow way, which can be oftentimes uncomfortable. We're having a Saturn transit happening soon this year, and so how will people know that what's going on in their chart and why this trip will actually be of assistance to them specifically?
Well, you can go on, you can get a free chart, birth chart from Astraved. You can get a reading done from an astrologer and find that out. They'd be happy to tell you at Astraved. Sucharita, do you have any other suggestions that people could find this out? This is Sucharita, by the way. We'll be co-leading the trip. Sucharita is a long-time teacher at Pillai Center. So do you have any other suggestions where people can find out about Saturn?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, go ahead, Jayrada.
I was going to say, I thought they were going to be receiving some information when they get on the trip, so that would help them understand how the planets are influencing them when they are in attendance.
That's true. I'm sorry, everyone. That was part of the initial itinerary. And because everything got changed, I totally went out of my mind. Could be because I'm in Sadhisati myself. And Saturn's making me to forget. Okay, yeah, you'll get a good bad planets report, and that will identify where all your planets are giving you any problems. Thank you, Jayrada. You'll know when you go to these temples, you'll know whether you to mitigate or help lessen their influence on you, or to strengthen it. If a planet is really good for you, you'll just know what to pray for when you're at right in the heart of that planet, in the heart of the planetary energy.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Definitely. And I just want to add that even though Dr. Pillai won't physically be on this trip, his presence is not necessary for his blessings to be with us. My very first India trip was a karma-busting trip, and Dr. Pillai was not on that trip physically, yet it was still one of the most profound experiences I've ever had in India. So I would like to encourage everyone that that is not a deterring factor if he's not physically present. As Lalita mentioned, Sucharita is here with us. She's been studying with Dr. Pillai for what, 17 years or something like that, right, Sucharita?
Something like that.
And Sucharita will be helping you along the way during this trip in evenings and at the Vortexes to help you understand more about what that energy center is about, how to pray there, what to focus upon, doing meditations in the evening. She is going to be your teacher along the way, and she's fantastic at that. So you're definitely in good hands with both Sucharita and Lalita, who lives in Kumbakonam and is in the center of all of these magnificent temples. And between the two of them, you have got everything that you need, and Dr. Pillai's blessings and his orchestration of the entire trip. And that's really all that's needed. His orchestration and his blessings make it all happen. And you will be amazed at the literal letting go of the karma. Like Dr. Pillai just mentioned, you could actually witness the karma being removed. And there is nothing that replaces being at one of these temple vortices. Not meditation, not a seminar, physically going there. And I know I've experienced that. I think both of you have also. Sucharita, is there anything that you'd like to add in terms of this trip and why this is going to be incredible for these people?
Yes, of course. Well, hello everyone, and thank you to Dr. Pillai, Jayarada, and Lalita for inviting me to join this hangout and share about this upcoming temple tour in India. And I just happened to be in India. Dr. Pillai had asked me to go to India and a couple of months ago, and then Lalita said, hey, why don't you come and co-facilitate this life-transforming adventure with everyone who is going to be joining. And I'm just so elated to be able to do that with my longtime friend Lalita from Canada. And I think we were, our first trip together was a karma-busting trip, and Lalita made it possible for me to go, and I was totally forever changed. And so I want to thank you for that, Lalita, because 20 years later, here we are, and taking people on adventures and transformative journeys in India and in all these power spots. You know, we talk about it, but until you actually come here and set your foot on the ground, as Dr. Pillai was saying, nobody can describe it in books or people can talk about it, but until you actually physically do it, you won't see or feel the shift happening. You won't feel, when I first went to the very first temple, I was just bawling and bawling my head off. And I don't come from a Hindu background or anything like that. And here I was in this Hindu temple, and I could just feel pulled to the deity. And they were doing an abhishekam, and I didn't know what that was, but I just felt so compelled to get closer and closer. And as I got closer and closer, I could feel the weight lifting off my shoulders. I could feel pain leaving my body that I didn't know was there. And I had been suffering from a chronic illness for a long time and without any resolve. And shortly after I came back from that trip, everything started to shift for me. My health got better, my energy came up. I was able to do more in my life. I changed completely my career direction. Now I'm working with Dr. Pillai and Pillai Center in Astrovet, and I'm sharing the teachings with others and all the life transformative techniques. And it's just, if you come to India, you'll know what I'm talking about. And how you will know is because there will be this inner calling now. It will nag you, and it will say, you know, it doesn't matter if you think you don't have the finances, or it doesn't matter if you think that other people are going to think you're strange for going across the world to a distant land and with temples from a different religion that you were raised from. These are power spots, and your soul will know what it wants to do. And if you, like as Dr. Pillai said, if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you've done everything, you've sought out every which way to try to overcome your challenges and break through and change your destiny. Because as Dr. Pillai said, destiny is where you're destined to go. So if you're destined to just keep doing the same thing over and over again, you know, you're going to feel like you're that hamster on the wheel. And going to India, stepping in those temples or those vortexes, your life will forever change. And nobody, maybe people won't recognize you, maybe they will, maybe they'll think, oh, nothing has changed, but you will know inside. You will have an incredible clarity. Some have really tremendous spiritual experiences that they never had before. Some people have these thoughts that come to them about maybe starting a business or bringing more prosperity, bringing more abundance into their life. Maybe they have a healing, a physical healing like I did, or healing in their relationships. Who doesn't have problems in relationships or in family relationships? And especially the family, if you tell them you're going to India, they'll say, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? And you can just say, well, I'll tell you when I come back. And when you come back, your family will be like, wow, what did you do? You're still my brother, my sister, or whatever, you know, but something definitely has shifted. And they will feel the shift too, because internally you're connected. You share the same genes. So if you've been having challenges with family or any other relationship, this is a way to change the destiny that you were both, or all of you, were supposed to live out. And I'm really happy because I love guiding people through the different teachings that Dr. Pillai has shared and blessed me to share with you. And then we will do the practices, we'll do some meditations, we'll get you prepared so that when you enter the temple or the vortex that you'll totally be aware of what's going on. We'll set our intentions, we'll set our prayers for what it is each and every one of us wants to come out with. So it will be totally a life-transforming adventure for everyone, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you, maybe for the first time in this lifetime, or maybe for the first time in other lifetimes. We're coming together and saying, "Oh, an old friend." And again, Lalita and I, we happen to be really. We love fun and we love adventure. So sometimes when we talk about spiritual things, it can get really serious, but you definitely won't get too serious with us. We'll have a lot of fun, and we stay in beautiful places, and we love to have joy along the way. So we're here to serve, we're here to keep you happy, and make sure that all your needs are met. And I'm looking so forward to this powerful time together. So come join.
Thank you so much, Sucharita. It's true, the two of you together. We're fun Canadians in India, so it's going to be a blast. Lalita, I know things have changed up a bit, but is there anything else you'd like to let us know? I know there were power times incorporated into the trip originally. Is that still the case? And well, anything else specifically you can let us know?
There's not going to be the same auspicious times because I believe it was just changed around a little while ago, so I haven't really gone through and see if we're going to hit the same power times. But definitely, you'll learn all about power times on the trip. Every day there's power times, and again, it all depends on your good bad planets. I was just taking a little trip down Memoir Lane, and I believe it was 97 when we went on that first trip, Sucharita.
Yeah.
And my gosh, I'd like to talk about karma burn. I didn't really know what way was up. I didn't know why I was experiencing all the different emotions I was experiencing, and until I got home, really, because everything was really intense and seemed to just go by, and I didn't know where I was. And use your left hand, your right hand, you face this way, you do it. But just know that the guides that we'll have on the trip, we have really good local staff here in Kumbakonam. This is Bubba's house, actually. I'm very lucky to stay here. We're all in Bubba's houses, all three of us here. What was I going to say? Oh, sorry.
The staff.
The staff, they're the staff that help out with all the remedies in the temple remedies that you order on Astrovet and Pillai Center. They are great. They're incredible. They know I can phone any of them up at any time and say, where is this temple? who is the priest, what's the number, how far to get there, and they just know everything about the temple, the history, everything. They're great guys, and they'll be our guides on the trip as well. And Sucharita, remember the Saturn tank way back? And Dr. Pillai was talking about the water at each temple. Well, there's a particular Saturn tank that has gone down in history for all these trips, and it was this huge tank, and we were told to swim in it, and we looked down, and it was filthy, really. It was dirty, and we were scared of it. But then it was just, okay, just jump in. It's removing karma, and we jumped in, and everything was fine, because it may be physically not really appealing, but the spiritual energy is amazing. The karma was, you can feel it being washed away. It's just such amazing water. And we'll be able to do as many of the wells and temple tanks at these temples too. So please, we'll make it available, the itinerary, as soon as we can. We'll put a notice out to everyone when it's ready. But just know that there'll be as much packed into it and as much from that original itinerary as we possibly can fit in. Definitely all 9 planet temples. I don't know what much more to say, except you covered, like, the places we stay are fantastic. The bathroom is like bigger than most New York apartments. You know, so it is an intensive karma burn. But you'll have fun with people that will take care of you, that are experienced, that know the locations. It's wonderful. I've been going on these trips since 97, 98, and since that first one, what did 98, 97? Was it 98?
I can't remember. It was like yesterday.
Something like that.
Well, thank you so much, Lalita. So in conclusion, from the moment you step off the plane and arrive in India until you are brought back to the airport, you are fully taken care of. There is nothing to worry about. There is no worry in what language you need to speak. You don't need to know anything once you to go on this trip. You just need to go with an open mind and a willingness to have the energy flow through you, and blessings, of course, from Dr. Pillai. So if there's any questions, please contact us. And this is an extraordinary opportunity during a power time very soon in August. So if you are interested, please act quickly so that we know how to best prepare. It's going to be a small, intimate group, which is even better, to be able to move quickly through these temples. Because it's been shortened, it will be an intensive. That means you will go to a lot of temples in one day. And that is how my first trip was, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Even though it seemed crazy at the time, it was this whirlwind of magic, literally. And I would just fall into bed at night, and it was like being another person, and then wake up in the morning and do it again. This will be for five days straight for you, and it was for me also. So incredible journey to be had by anyone lucky enough to be on this trip. So please stay tuned for more information, and thank you, ladies, for joining. And
thank you.
And organizing this trip and being able to be these wonderful hosts with the lucky folks who will be in attendance here. And thank you all for watching, and until next time, namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.